everyone, it's Stephanie from My Porch Prints. Welcome back. And today we are going to be making the Christmas Page Pockets #3. And this is a really pretty blue kit. And I went ahead and just printed everything out on cardstock, just one-sided. And the only exception is these file flips, these little pieces with the tabs. And I printed them on cardstock as well, and then just flipped them over and printed some of the printable papers from the kit on the back. So you'll just see in the directions at the top what you're supposed to do with these. So now that I've got them all printed, I'm going to cut them out and we'll get started. Okay, so we've cut out all of our pieces, and now we're going to go ahead and assemble our page pocket. And to start with, I've got this panel A, and it has this folding tab on it, and then panels B, C, and D, which are just these three here. And we're going to go ahead and choose one of these, whichever one you want, and we're going to go ahead and just attach it to this panel right here. And you just want to make sure that it's lined up on this fold and that everything kind of sits correctly, is nicely aligned. And if that looks good, then we're going to go ahead and just flip this over, and we're going to attach these panels to this side. And before you do that, you may want to take some ink. Let's see if I can get some here. And ink this fold right here, because this white part might show on your finished page pocket. So I like to just kind of hide that where the seams meet. There we go. And then again, you can just choose which one you like where, and we'll glue them down. And you may have just a little bit of white on the edge showing here, and you can go ahead and just trim that off or cover it with ink if you want to. But just make sure that your pocket folds kind of both directions, just like this. And then you can decide if you want this to be the inside or if you want it to be, you know, like the front cover. And I think I'm going to make this the front cover. And I'm going to go ahead and just trim up this little bit of white that's showing here. And this isn't too bad, so I'm going to leave it. Okay, so if this is my front cover, then that means this is the inside of my page pocket, and we're going to go ahead and open it up and start here. And you want you to locate these file flips. They look kind of like little file folders. They have these tabs, and there's 3 of them, and they should have been printed front and back. So you can kind of decide, you know, what order you want them to go in. I'm just going to go from, you know, top, middle, bottom tab here. And so we'll start with this back one. And we're going to go ahead and just glue them onto this page, and they're going to be hidden underneath this pocket, just kind of like that when we're finished. So keep that in mind. And you can put them anywhere you want on the page. You can put them at the bottom or the top or in the middle. I like to do it just kind of in the middle here. So I'm going to apply some glue to the tab and just stick this right in the fold of my page pocket. And to make sure it's where it's supposed to be, I'm going to crease it here. And that looks good. And then we're going to repeat it with the next one. So this one is going to go right on top. And again, we're just going to apply some glue to this tab. And glue this right on top. And then again for this last one. And this is pretty bulky, but don't worry, we're gonna go ahead and cover that up with this pocket. So locate this slanted pocket, and what we're gonna do is put glue down the side and the bottom. We're gonna align it with our page and cover up those tabs. Make sure it folds. And this is going to be kind of bulky. You might have some trouble folding this, but if you're inserting it into your journal, it shouldn't be a problem because, you know, you'll just put it in like a regular page and you'll have this side and you'll have this side. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and take this small panel pocket, and this goes on top of here. So we're going to apply glue just to the sides and the bottom to make the pocket. And keep as close to the edge as you can when you're making these pockets so that there's plenty of room for ephemera. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and locate our other pockets, and you'll see that some are big and some are small. So we have a couple of big ones and a few small ones. And you can kind of decide how you want to use these and where. They go on these large panels. So if this is your front cover, you might want to, you know, choose something that appeals to you for that. Maybe something that's kind of Christmassy. There we go. And you can stagger these pockets however you want. You can move this one, you know, up further or down, depending on where you want it. And again, we just glue the sides and the bottoms. And you don't have to use any of these pockets if you don't want to. You can just use the decorative elements or however you want. This is your project, and you can certainly customize it to fit your desires. And if you find your pockets are a little big for your panel, you can always trim them up just a little bit on the edges. That sometimes happens depending on how we cut things. Okay, and now that we've got those pockets done, we want to locate these pieces. And what these are is pockets and cards for these file flips. And the larger one is the pocket, and then the card slips inside. And there's enough to put on the front and back of each of these file flips. But as bulky as this is going to get, you may want to choose just to do it on one side or the other. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just put them on the front. So I'm going to pick which ones I want. I really like this candy cane. Maybe this poinsettia. Hard to decide. I think I'll do the candy cane. And you don't have to use the same matching card for the pocket. You know, if you want to put a different card in the pocket, you can certainly do that. It's up to you. Pick your favorite. So to attach these pockets, I'm going to go ahead and just glue on the top and the side and the bottom, and that'll leave this side open. And again, keep as close to the edge as you can with your glue, because these are a tight fit for these cards. And I'm just centering this on my file flip. And again, you could put one on this side if you want, but I'm not going to. Make sure you're using the large one and not the small one, because the large one needs to be the pocket. And now if we want to put our cards in here, if you're having trouble slipping them in, there's a couple things you can do. One is to open up the pocket a little bit. Just kind of like this. And the other is to trim this up or round the corners a little bit. So I'm going to just trim this up a little. I'll see if I can round these corners too. And if you're interested in a corner rounding punch or any of the other things here, I usually have links down below in the video description. There we go. That's sliding a little bit easier in there. It's still a little bit wet with glue, I think. But you can take your card, and if you want, there are these cute little tabs that come with this kit. And you can choose one to add to your card. I think I'll do this one. And you can repeat that for the other pockets as well. And then now it's time to just add our ephemera pieces. These come with the kit. And we can also decorate it with these little journal words and cute little pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and just decorate, and you can follow along. Okay, so we've finished our Christmas page pocket number 3, and it's full of lots of little goodies. It's got some pretty little pockets and spaces for journaling, and you can use this on its own, or you can insert it into a junk journal. So let's go ahead and see what that would look like. So if you had a junk journal, you could insert it, or you could even sew it into your page signatures. And there we go. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.